All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're unpacking a really powerful and honestly kind of counterintuitive framework for building elite product teams. This one might just flip the script on everything you thought you knew about team connection.
So let me start by asking you a question, leader to leader. Think about your team's dynamic for a second. That tight-knit bond you've probably worked so hard to build. Now, what if I told you that the very thing you see as your greatest strength might actually be hiding a critical weakness? We hear it all the time, right? The goal is to build a work family. A group that's so close, so connected, they feel like they're all related. And look, it comes from a good place. Of course, we want our teams to be supportive and loyal. But what if this well-intentioned goal is actually creating fragile, anxious teams instead? And this brings us right to the core idea for today, the independence paradox. The concept is pretty simple, but wow, is it profound. The strongest, most resilient, most creative teams, they aren't built on everyone depending on each other. They're actually built on the exact opposite. So here it is, the paradox of connection. It says that the absolute best teams are formed when whole, psychologically independent people choose to collaborate. They don't do it because they need each other to feel complete or secure. You see, independence isn't a barrier to teamwork, it's the absolute foundation for it. This quote just nails it. It really illustrates the mindset shift we're talking about. When connection is a choice, not a necessity, it isn't driven by fear. And that allows for the kind of deep trust and even creative conflict that leads to breakthrough products and amazing ideas. Okay, so how do we put this into practice? Well, this framework organizes team dynamics across a spectrum of three really distinct levels. Figuring out where your team currently sits on this spectrum is the very first step to leveling up. This table lays it all out beautifully. First up, you've got the dependent dynamic. This is what we call the needy team, and the result is fragility and anxiety. Then you have the independent team. Yeah, they are stable, but they're often pretty stagnant and siloed. But the goal, the real sweet spot for high performance is that third level, interdependence. That's how you build a resilient, creative, all-star team. Let's make this even simpler with some basic math. A dependent team, it's like adding two half people together. Each person is constantly looking to the other for validation, for security, or for motivation they just can't seem to generate on their own. And what's the sum of that? Well, you just get one. Not two, not more. You get a single, fragile entity. It's a team that's so codependent that one person's bad day can literally tank the entire group's morale. It's a relationship built on need, and that makes it incredibly brittle. Now let's flip that and look at the ideal equation. This starts with two whole people. Two sovereign individuals who are self-reliant, they're confident, and they take complete ownership of their work and their own mindset. And here's the magic. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 here. No, it equals 3. When two whole individuals choose to connect, they create this incredible third entity. The relationship, the partnership, the team itself that is so much greater than the sum of its parts. This is where real synergy and innovation are born. The internal monologue really says it all, doesn't it? That dependent mindset is so anxious. I need you to be okay so that I can be okay. But the interdependent mindset, it's confident. It's expansive. It says, I'm whole, you're whole. Now, let's go build something amazing together. Theory is great, but let's see what this third entity actually looks like in the real world. We've got a fantastic example from the music industry that shows exactly what happens when two masters choose to collaborate. So picture this. It's the late 70s. Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald are both at the absolute top of their game, two independent superstars, but they were both stuck on separate, unfinished songs. So they decided to get together. They shared their incomplete ideas, and as equals, they debated, they challenged, they built on each other's work, and they created something neither one could have possibly made alone. The Grammy-winning mega hit, What a Fool Believes. And that is the absolute key to this whole thing. Their collaboration wasn't born from weakness or from need. It was a choice, born from strength and mutual respect. That's the very essence of an interdependent, all-star team. Okay, so how do you, as a product leader, take this powerful idea and turn it into action? How do you actually build a team of Loggins and McDonald-level collaborators? Well, here is your 5-step playbook. First, hire for self-reliance and ownership. Second, focus on making your people so skilled that they choose to stay, not trapping them with loyalty.
Third, you've got to stop being the problem solver in chief. Let them build their own muscles. Fourth, model this behavior yourself with your own peers. And finally, architect projects that force people out of their comfortable, independent orbits into true interdependent collaboration.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought. Take a really hard, honest look at your leadership style. Are your day-to-day actions creating a comfortable work family of dependent followers? Or are you bravely cultivating a team of independent, sovereign individuals who can come together to create something truly magical? The choice, ultimately, is yours.